There are moments that are bigger than a goal, and Arsenal's 5-1 night at the Emirates last season produced one of those flashes, a teenager striking the ball and then striking a pose that echoed one of the Premier League's most recognisable stars. Miles Lewis-Skelly's imitation of Erling Haaland's meditation celebration turned a goal into a headline and a rivalry into a story with teeth. It wasn't just about disrespect, it was the culmination of a strain between two clubs fighting for the same summit, a spark lit by Haaland's a stay humble barb earlier in the season and then fanned when City returned the temper with words on the pitch. Mikel Arteta's response this week was telling. He refused to treat it as a scandal to be swept away or a simple adolescent prank. Instead, he framed it as a lesson. That matters, because in elite sport the difference between arrogance and assuredness is often a matter of context and management. A manager who can turn a headline-grabbing celebration into a teaching moment has the chance to change culture, not just control headlines. Behind the drama are quieter, more consequential facts. Arsenal's form and defensive solidity this early season have been impressive, and the squad depth built in the summer, part of a big investment that has changed selection dilemmas into assets, means players who can turn a cameo into a long run now push for starts. How? And that internal competition is exactly what Arteta says he wants. At the other end, City remain a European benchmark, experienced, ruthless, and still capable of producing moments that humiliate or humble opponents. So the stakes are not theatrical but brutally real. 3 points, confidence, and narrative momentum. Arteta's calm lines in the press room about learning, responsibility, and growth aren't PR. They are a tactical tool aimed at neutralizing the bite of provocation and keeping his young players focused on processes rather than headlines. Yet the human element refuses to be trained out. Teenagers still celebrate, veterans still respond, and the crowd at the Emirates will be a pressure cooker where small signs, a shove, a shout, a smirk, can carry the weight of history. Add to that the late fitness checks around key names and the shoving match of selection. With impact subs who have already shown they can change games, and you have a fixture shaped as much by psychology as tactic. The real point isn't whether Lewis-Skelly imitated someone else's pose. It's whether Arsenal have turned the moment into maturity or merely masked immaturity with a new headline. If they have genuinely learned, the Emirates clash will show a side that uses energy wisely, high press, disciplined shape, and ruthless use of the bench when City tire. If they haven't, the same youthful spark that once lit a viral clip could light a fuse that City will happily exploit. So when the teams run out, watch 3 things: how Arteta manages emotion from the touchline, how the substitutes are used to maintain intensity, and whether City can punish small lapses with the clinical ruthlessness we've seen from them for years. Beyond Sunday's result, this match will say something about trajectory. Is Arsenal a club that learns, matures, and uses its moments to build long-term strength? Or are they still vulnerable to the short-term drama that turns into headline noise? Either way, the rivalry has teeth again, and whoever controls their temper may just decide who controls the title race.